Balko Lady Bison, Madeline Trento, Sawyer Stockton, Caden Sager, Carolyn Olvera, Maylee Wirtz, Emily Trento, Kendall France, Caitlin Gonzalez, Aspen Freeman, Drummond Lady Bulldogs, Sophia Kutrazula, Ashley Guzman, Diana Garcia, Kate Mann, Caitlin Bush, Kira Mack, Brinley Buchanan, Emma Spring, Kate Spring, Olivia Beckman, Caitlin Mack, Hannah Appleton, Noah Garcia. The pride of the High Plains, the Balko Bison, are on the air. Balko Bison basketball is brought to you by Squirtle, Watauga Cheese Factory, Crossroads Express, Casey Cowan Custom Haying, Summit Wealth Strategies LLC, and Tri-State Heating and Air. And now for your Crossroads Express pregame show. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to Leedy Gym here in Leedy, Oklahoma for today's matchup between the Balko Lady Bison and the Drummond Lady Bulldogs in this fifth round playoff matchup. Getting to the point now where it's some serious basketball and nothing but the very, very best teams remaining. This promises to be a good matchup. Today we're going to take a quick break and have a word from our sponsors. When we come back, we will have the Crossroads Express pregame show, the national anthem, and the starting lineups for today's game. Balko Lady Bison basketball will continue in a moment. Watauga Cheese Factory has been producing the finest cheese in Oklahoma and Texas for over 80 years. Locally owned and operated, the folks at Watauga Cheese Factory have summer sausages, the best homemade cheddar cheeses in the region, spiced pickles, homespun honey, and their famous cheese curds. Located in Perryton, Watauga Cheese Factory also has gift baskets and offer delivery options. Visit Watauga Cheese Factory at 2018 South Main Street in Perryton or call them at 806-648-4310. Watauga Cheese Factory is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Casey Cowan Custom Haying services the Oklahoma and Texas panhandles for all of your haying needs. From swathing and baling to hay sales for cattle and horses, Casey Cowan Custom Haying is the best option for your farm and ranch needs. Contact Casey Cowan at 580-628-7464 for all of your haying and hay service needs. Casey Cowan Custom Haying is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Crossroads Express is your one-stop shop for your convenience store and gas needs, located at the intersection of Highways 412 and 83 at Bryan's Corner. Crossroads Express features specialty deli items like Louisiana meat pies, crawfish pies, boudin, as well as corn dogs and everyone's favorite beef and bean burritos. And Crossroads Express gas station has your gas and diesel needs that you will need to make it a road trip. Call 580-361-2529 for your call-in orders and let the folks at Crossroads Express take care of you. Crossroads Express is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Panhandle living is hard, and with our scorching summers and frigid winters, if your heating or air isn't working, it can get even harder. Let the fine folks at Tri-State Heating and Air help you make it through the seasons in comfort. Licensed and insured for over 20 years, Bryce Sager and the folks at Tri-State Heating and Air are well equipped to handle your HVAC, air and refrigeration, and heating needs. Locally owned and operated, Tri-State Heating and Air understand the unique needs of folks in the Panhandle. Contact them at 580-525-1820 and let Tri-State Heating and Air make your home or business more comfortable. Tri-State Heating and Air is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. In this time when there's so much insecurity in the world, the one thing you need to be able to rely on is your financial situation. That's where the folks at Summit Wealth Strategies LLC come in. Located in Alva, Summit Wealth Strategies LLC specializes in tax, payroll, and financial management services designed to help folks in the Panhandle and northwestern Oklahoma handle whatever insecurities the world throws at us. Contact Van Johnson at 580-609-4880 and let him give you the financial security and peace of mind you need to make it through any situation. Summit Wealth Strategies LLC is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. We want to give a special thank you to Crossroads Express for being our sponsor for the pregame show. For the Bison and Lady Bison basketball teams, for all of your convenience store or gas and fueling needs, visit the folks at Crossroads Express. Also want to give a special thank you to Watonga Cheese Factory, Casey Cowan Custom Haying, Summit Wealth Strategies, Tri-State Heating and Air, and Crossroads Express for being sponsors of Balko Bison and Lady Bison basketball. We want to welcome everyone to the Crossroads Express pregame show live from Leedy Gym here in Leedy, Oklahoma, for this matchup between the Balko Lady Bison and the Drummond Lady Bulldogs. If you're listening to this broadcast, please let us know where you're listening from. We love to hear from folks, and we respond when we can as time permits. And we'll be more than happy to give you a shout out on the air. Please follow us and like us on Facebook, Balko Bison Sports Network, and on Twitter at Balko Sports. And now for the Crossroads Express pregame show. The Balko Lady Bison come into today's game with a record of 10 wins and 6 losses on the season. Drummond Lady Bulldogs are 17-4 on the year. First to the Drummond Lady Tigers. Again, 17 wins, 4 losses on the year. They're averaging, coming into today's game, 47.9 points a game, giving up just 33.1. And their last 5 games don't tell much of a different story at all. Averaging 42.2 points a game in their last 5 offensively while giving up just 33.2. The Drummond Lady Bulldogs have come into today's game on an incredible tear, having won 5 of their last 6 games and 7 of their last 9. With only 4 losses on the season and 2 of them coming to top 10 teams, Drummond is a formidable opponent. The Lady Bulldogs have made a name for themselves by simply forcing opposing teams to submit. Their stifling defense is their hallmark, holding opponents to under 30 points in over half of their games, with these playoffs being no exception to that. Last season, Drummond was eliminated in the second round of the Class 1A playoff by Coyle. The Lady Bulldogs qualified for today's 5th round matchup by defeating Tyrone, falling to Beaver by 5, then defeating number 15 Boise City and Kremlin Hillsdale yesterday. For the Balko Lady Bison, they come into today's game with a record of 10 wins and 6 losses on the year, averaging 41.2 points a game offensively and giving up 39.1 on defense. In their last 5, Balko has played all square, averaging 40.2 points a game and giving up 40.4 points a game. They are 3-2 in their last 5 games. Balko Lady Bison come into today's game soaring after an incredible effort last night against Timberlake, especially in the second half, where they erased an 8-point deficit and ended up winning by 22. It was the kind of effort Coach Johnson has wanted and expected all year long. A victory like that is one that can inject confidence in a team that can carry over for quite some time. And she will demand nothing less in today's game. As a review, the Lady Bison qualified for today's 5th round matchup by defeating Goodwell and number 15 Boise City, falling to Beaver and then defeating Timberlake yesterday. This is the first time these two teams have ever met, and their playoff trajectories to get them to this point are eerily similar, with both scoring wins over ranked Boise City squad, both being shut down by Beaver, and both coming on strong in the second half to win their games yesterday. It is a win-or-go-home situation, and neither one of these teams are ready to see their seasons end just yet. These are two talented but young teams, and both have high ceilings. Whoever is able to defensively impose their will is going to be the team to advance to Woodward on Thursday to face the loser between Arnett and Forgan. The loser of this game will see their season end this afternoon. We'll take a quick break, and we're going to have a word from our sponsor. When we come back, we will have the starting lineups, the national anthem, and the tip-off for today's matchup between the Balko Lady Bison and the Drummond Lady Bulldogs. Balko Lady Bison basketball will continue in just a moment. Crossroads Express is your one-stop shop for your convenience store and gas needs, located at the intersection of Highways 412 and 83 at Bryan's Corner. Crossroads Express features a wide variety of ice-cold fountain drinks, candy, snacks, and is a proud vendor of Cajun salsa and pickles, as well as Watauga cheese. And the Crossroads Express gas station has your gas and diesel for your farm and off-road vehicle needs. Crossroads Express also has a gift shop featuring novelty and one-of-a-kind gifts and souvenirs. Call 580-361-2529 for your call-in orders, and let the folks at Crossroads Express take care of you. Crossroads Express is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Welcome back to the Crossroads Express pregame show live from Leedy, Oklahoma. We want to thank everyone for joining us on this broadcast of Balko Bison basketball. Now for the starting lineups for today's game. First, for the Drummond Lady Bulldogs. Again, Drummond coming into today's game with a record of 17 wins and 4 losses on the season. Starters are number 1, Sophia Kutrusula, number 13, Kira Mack, number 14, Brinkley Buchanan, number 15, Emma Spring, and number 25, Hannah Appleton. And the Lady Bulldogs are coached by Devin Schaefer, assisted by Mark Boyd. And for the Balko Lady Bison, who come into today's game with a record of 10 wins and 6 losses on the year. Number 3, Madeline Trentham. Number 5, Sawyer Stockton. Number 11, Carolyn Olvera. Number 21, Kendall France. And number 24, Aspen Freeman. And the Lady Bison are coached by Brittany Johnson, assisted by Monty Regier. Watauga Cheese Factory is the 3-point sponsor for the season for Balko Bison and Lady Bison basketball. Every time a Balko Bison or Lady Bison basketball player makes a 3-pointer, we'll give them a mention. A special thank you to Watauga Cheese Factory for being our 3-point sponsor. We're about to have the national anthem and the starting lineups from the public address announcer here in Leedy, so we'll go ahead and turn it over to the public address at this time. You've been listening to the Crossroads Express pregame show. And it's now time for tip-off. Welcome to Leedy Gym here in Leedy, Oklahoma for this matchup between the Balko Lady Bison and the Drummond Lady Bulldogs. A very pleasant good afternoon to you all, wherever you may be. My name is David Vaughn, and I'll be your host for the afternoon. It's a pleasure to be with you on this Tuesday afternoon in this Consolation Bracket Championship matchup. Again, winner go home. The winner of this game will face the loser between Forgan and Arnett on Thursday at 6 p.m. The winner of this game will play the loser between Arnett and Forgan at 6 p.m. on Thursday. The loser will see their season end today. Balko's on the floor. They're in the road maroon jerseys with white lettering with the script Balko across the chest, white trim, going from left to right across your screen. Drummond in their home white lettering, in their home white uniforms with blue lettering and gold trim. And they'll be going from right to left across your screen. Kira Mack and Sawyer Stockton to do the jumping honors. The official has the ball in his hand, directing traffic, and we are about to be underway. A lively crowd. Drummond has a very good student section. They're very loud, very vocal. The tip is controlled by the Lady Bulldogs, and Kutrasilla brings the ball across the timeline, being guarded by Sawyer Stockton. Pass over now to Spring, now to the free throw line extended on the near side. Kira Mack has it now between the circles again, now to the far side. Spring holds the ball high above her head, passes now back to Appleton. Now over on the near side, holding the ball over her head, down to the elbow, driving in on Freeman is Kira Mack, driving around, dishes out now, wide open three-pointer for Kutrasilla, is off the iron, no good, rebounded by Aspen Freeman. Lady Bison coming back the other way, 7:30 to go here in the first quarter. Into the front court, Carolyn O'Vera has the ball, crossover dribble, double team down near the circle. 2-3 zone being employed by the Lady Bulldogs. Kendall France has the ball now, doubled out there, trying to get rid of it, bounce pass to O'Vera, O'Vera driving in. Cross-court pass to Madeline Trenum, Trenum for three, off the iron, no good, rebound, out of bounds off of Drummond. It will be Balko basketball. Good shot for Balko. They just weren't able to convert, and that's okay. Coach Johnson's going to be all right with that. If they're getting the shots that they want to get, they're not all going to fall. So Kendall France to do the inbounding honors, trying to find someone, can't. Outlet now goes to Sawyer Stockton between the circles. Driving in now in the paint. Pass is knocked away, stolen. We have a foul on the floor. Foul will be on Drummond. It will be Hannah Appleton, her first personal foul, first team foul. Oh, correction, foul on Brinkley Buchanan. Her first personal foul, first team foul. And it will be Balko basketball. Inbound goes to France. Pass out to O'Vera at the top of the key. Pass over to Stockton. Stockton passes out of the double team. Drummond is known all year long for their defense. Again, over half their games, they've held opponents to under 30 points. So you're not going to get a whole lot of points off of this defense. O'Vera has the ball, dribbles it off her leg, gets control back. Double team again, now down to Trenum. 6:45 to go here in the first quarter. Over to France. France crossover dribble. Bounce pass to Freeman. Freeman well outside of the circle. Ball's knocked away, out of bounds off of Buchanan, and it will be Balko basketball. 6:40 to go here in the first quarter. Sawyer Stockton to inbound on the near sideline. Inbound goes to O'Vera, who's standing inside the circle, being guarded out there by Kutrasilla. Over now to Kendall France. France has the ball, crossover dribble, being guarded loosely by Buchanan. Back to O'Vera. And Balko resetting the offense. France has the ball again, crossover dribble. Pressure driving in. Shot is off of Stockton. Kind of a strange looking shot. She just lost control of the ball. Kutrasilla racing across the timeline on the far side. Passes back now over now top of the key. Buchanan has the ball, passes over to Mack, and we have a foul on the floor. On Balko, foul will be on Sawyer Stockton. It'll be her first personal foul, first team foul. It'll be Drummond basketball inbounding on their own baseline. 6:09 to go here in the first quarter, still no score. Inbound goes to Appleton on the near side. Now up to the top of the key, and Kutrasilla crossover dribble, driving in, dishes out to Appleton. Appleton's 14-foot jumper is good. And Drummond draws first blood, leading 2-0. 5:55 to go here in the first quarter. O'Vera brings the ball across the timeline, gets to play for Coach Johnson, driving in, dishes out now to France. France cutting across the lane over to Stockton. Stockton thought about it. Spin move in the lane, passes back out to Trenum. Trenum's going to penetrate, dishes out now to O'Vera. O'Vera crossover dribble, driving in over to France. France driving in now, back to Sawyer Stockton. You're on the far sideline. Bounce pass over to Trenum. Madeline Trenum for three, off the iron, no good. Rebound is saved to Appleton. And Drummond comes back the other way. Bring the ball across the timeline is Emma Spring. Slowing it down now, 5:21 to go here in the first quarter. 2-0 your score favor Drummond. Holding the ball above her head on the far side is Buchanan. Back now to the top of the key. Kira Mack has the ball over to Appleton. Appleton now to Spring. Case Spring holding the ball, directing traffic, passes to Buchanan. Buchanan now over to Mack. Mack for three, and that's good. Drummond with the first 5 points of the game. It's 5-0 favor the Lady Bulldogs. 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Olvera brings the ball across the timeline, passes over to France. Drumming in, three-pointer from from Stockton is no good. Rebounded by Mack, and now coming back the other way, or the Lady Bulldogs driving in. Kira Mack has the ball, dishes out to Spring. Spring from 16, iron, no good. Shot is blocked on the rebound, but we have a foul. Foul will be on Aspen Freeman. That'll be her. No, correction, foul on Carolyn Olvera. That's the second time that from here it looked like the foul was on Freeman. Neither time it was. So Hannah Appleton will be at the line to shoot two for the Lady Bison. The foul was on Carolyn Olvera, her first personal foul. Appleton's first free throw is good. 3 points for Drummond. 3 points for Appleton. It's now 6-0 favor Drummond. Second free throw is on the way and also good. So Drummond scores the first 7 points of this game. And Balko in a deep hole early, and against a team like Drummond, that's not a place you want to be in. They do not give up points. Crossover dribble as France brings it across the timeline over to Olvera. 4:25 to go here in the first quarter. Olvera, ball's knocked away and stolen. Kutrazula ahead of everybody. The lay-in out for Kutrazula is off the glass and good. And it's 9-0 favor Drummond. Timeout, Balko. We'll take it with him, a 30-second timeout. 4:14 to go here in the first quarter. Drummond 9, Balko 0. Balko Lady Bison basketball will continue in just a moment. Wetumpka Cheese Factory has been producing the finest cheese in Oklahoma and Texas for over 80 years. Locally owned and operated, the folks at Wetumpka Cheese Factory have summer sausages, the best homemade cheddar cheeses in the region, spiced pickles, homespun honey, and their famous cheese curds. Located in Perryton, Wetumpka Cheese Factory also has gift baskets and offer delivery options. Visit Wetumpka Cheese Factory at 2018 South Main Street in Perryton or call them at 806-648-4310. Wetumpka Cheese Factory is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Welcome back to Leedy Gym here in Leedy, Oklahoma for this 5th round playoff matchup between the Balko Lady Bison and the Drummond Lady Bulldogs. Drummond racing out to a 9-0 lead here in the first 4 minutes of the game. Balko finding themselves in a similar situation to which they were in yesterday. However, Drummond is a much better team and has a much better defense. It's going to be a much taller task. Trenham has the ball at the free throw line extended, driving in, passes back out to Olvera. Olvera trying to penetrate, can't. Ball knocked away by Kutrazula, picks it back up. Stockton now with the ball, passes out of the double team. Now France between the circles. Trying to find a lane, can't. Passes over now to Stockton. Stockton almost traveled. She did travel. So another turnover for Balko, and it will be Drummond basketball. Subbing into the game for the Lady Bison will be Emily Trenham, replacing Sawyer Stockton. 3:47 to go here in the first quarter. 9-0 favor Drummond, your score. Into the front court, now Spring has the ball, passes over to Buchanan on the near side, now back to Mack between the circles, crossover dribble, driving in, bounce pass to Kutrazula, thought about the jumper, opted not to take it. Pass is not stolen by Olvera. Olvera coming into the front court. Olvera circling back out, hands it off to Emily Trenham. Trenham back to Olvera now. Balko will slow it down and reset the offense. 3:18 to go here in the first quarter. Crossover dribble from France, passes over to Trenham. Trenham now to Emily Trenham. Doesn't quite get it cleanly, but she grabs it. Pass back now to Aspen Freeman. Now to Emily Trenham, or Madeline Trenham, over to Olvera. Olvera back to France. 3:03 to go here in the first quarter. 9-0 your score favor Drummond. France still with the ball, being guarded by Buchanan. Drives in. Pin now on the baseline. Bounce pass over to Madeline Trenham. Trenham passes back to France. And Balko resets again. 2:50 to go here in the first quarter. 9-0 your score favor Drummond. Spin move by France, passes off to Olvera. Olvera splits the double team, shots off the bottom of the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Buchanan. Coming back the other way now are the Lady Bulldogs. Balko back defensively over to Kutrazula, now on the near side. Mack has the ball, driving in, splits the double team. The give and go is no good. Rebound loose, picked up by Mack. And Drummond will reset. 2:25 to go here in the first quarter. Over to Spring, holds the ball high above her head on the far side, passing now down to Kutrazula. Kutrazula cross-court pass to Mack. Mack driving in, splits the double team, shots off the glass and good, and it's 11-0 favor Drummond. Balko just doesn't seem to have any answers on either end of the floor right now. Trenham with the ball, and she traveled with it. So another turnover for the Lady Bison. That's 4 already here in the first quarter. And with 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter, Drummond will inbound in front of their bench. Kutruzula walks the ball across the timeline, being guarded loosely by Madeline Trenum over now to the wing on the near side. Hannah Appleton has it back to Kutruzula. Now on the near side again, Mack has the ball being double teamed out there, passes back. And Sophia Kutruzula will reset the offense over to Buchanan on the far side. Emma Spring has the ball now, holds the ball, and it's knocked away and stolen. Madeline Trenum has the ball, driving in one-on-one. She has numbers behind her. Ball's knocked away and stolen. Coming back the other way, and it's 2-0. Kutruzula back. The layup is no good. We have a traveling violation. So Emma Spring did make the basket, but she traveled before she did so it doesn't count. And with 1:23 to go here in the first quarter, it's Drummond 11, Balko nothing. Olvera backing down Kutruzula. Excellent defense. We have a 5-second violation called on Balko. So another turnover, and it will be Drummond basketball with 1:14 to go here in the first quarter. Emma Spring into the front court, has the ball, gives it back to Kutruzula. Now at the free throw line on the far side, Buchanan has the ball, holds it back now. Kira Mack, crossover dribble, pass over to Kutruzula on the near side. Now at the elbow, Spring has the ball, passes over. Nice ball movement for the Lady Bulldogs. Kutruzula for 3. Basket is good, and it's 14-0 favor Drummond. Now under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Olvera brings the ball, passes into the front court. Emily Trenum has the ball, crossover dribble, now trying to drive in, splits the double team. Ball is knocked away, out of bounds, off of Madeline Trenum, and it will be another turnover. 5 straight turnovers for the Lady Bison. And Caden Sager comes into the game to replace Emily Trenum. 42.2 seconds to go in the first quarter. Everything that could possibly gone wrong for Balko has gone wrong so far. Yet to score, and Drummond has the ball and looks like they're going to hold for the final possession. Kutruzula bounce past the corners, knocked away by Olvera, out of bounds. It will be Drummond basketball. 29.5 to go here in the first quarter. Inbound goes to the block. Appleton turnaround jumper over Freeman's no good. Freeman gets the rebound. Balko's going to come back the other way. 22 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Olvera into the front court, one-on-one with Kutruzula, backs her down, passes back out to Freeman. And Balko will reset. 15 seconds to go here in the quarter. Balko hoping to put something on the board before the end of the quarter. 9 seconds to go here in the quarter. Crossover dribble. Over to Kendall France. France has the ball. She didn't catch it cleanly, otherwise I think it would have been a catch and shoot situation. Bounce pass to Olvera. Olvera driving in. And shot is good, but it was after the buzzer, so the shot does not count. So at the end of the first quarter, Drummond 14, Balko 0. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll have the Summit Wealth Strategies LLC first quarter recap. Balko Bison basketball will continue in just a moment. In this time when there's so much insecurity in the world, the one thing you need to be able to rely on is your financial situation. That's where the folks at Summit Wealth Strategies LLC come in. Located in Alva, Summit Wealth Strategies LLC specializes in tax, payroll, and financial management services designed to help folks in the Panhandle in northwestern Oklahoma handle whatever insecurities the world throws at us. Contact Van Johnson at 580-609-4880 and let him give you the financial security and peace of mind you need to make it through any situation. Summit Wealth Strategies LLC is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Welcome back to Leedy Gym here in Leedy, Oklahoma, where the Balko Lady Bison trail Drummond by a score of 14-0. Sophia Kutruzula, Kira Mack have 5 points apiece for the Lady Bulldogs. Hannah Appleton has 4, and that's the sum total of their scoring. Drummond shot 56% from the floor in the first quarter, including 67% from three-point range. Balko obviously shot 0% from the floor. They did not score. Balko is going to need to figure something out offensively in a hurry. They don't want to make a habit of falling in deep holes, and against a very good team, you really don't want to do that. Balko will have the ball to start the second quarter, and they inbound to Olvera in the backcourt. Olvera walks it across the midcourt stripe, being guarded again by Kutruzula. Drummond playing man defense. Pass over to France. France has another dribbling between the circles. 7:45 to go in the first half. Crossover dribble now back to Olvera. Olvera directing traffic now from the circle. Calls for France to cut. She can't shake Kutruzula. Has the ball now. Ball's knocked away. Loose on the floor. Picked up by Caden Sager. Sager crossover dribble. Looked like she carried. Balls loose on the floor. Stolen. Knocked away. Ball loose on the floor still. And possession arrow favors Drummond. So another empty possession for the Lady Bison will be Drummond basketball with 7:23 to go here in the first half. Into the front court now, Kate Spring is checked into the game. The driving layup is off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound by Spring, putback, no good. Another offensive rebound. Spring passed it to herself. She got the ball driving in. The coaching staff quite upset, but they didn't call anything. The shot goes up, no good. Rebounded by Stockton. Stockton driving into the front court, 1-on-4, so she'll circle back out, and Balko reset. 6:45 to go here in the first half. Balko yet to score in this game. Carolyn O'Vera has the ball driving in, passes over to Caden Sager. Sager with the ball driving in on Spring. Cross-court pass to Madeline Trenum. Trenum drives in, pass over to O'Vera. O'Vera for three. In and out, no good. Rebound loose on the floor, picked up by Kate Spring, and it will be Drummond basketball. Kira Mack's going to bring the ball across the timeline. Balko back defensively. Cross-court pass to the block. Nice pass. The basket is no good. Gets her own rebound. And that was Buchanan. Over now on the far side, Kuchazula has the ball. Back to Spring, and Drummond will reset the offense. Bounce pass over to Mack on the near side. Holds the ball above her head, takes a couple dribbles, passes to Caitlin Bush, who's now in the game as well. Back now between the circles, Kuchazula over to Spring on the near side. Had a notion to take the jumper, did not take it. Passed down to Brindley Buchanan. Buchanan passes over to Bush. Bush has the ball being guarded by Stockton. We have a carry violation, and it will be Balko basketball. Back into the game for the Lady Bulldogs will be Emma Spring replacing Brindley Buchanan. Balko to inbound in front of the scorers table. 5:45 to go here in the first half. 14-0 your score favored Drummond. O'Vera into the front court. Hands it off to France. France crossover dribble. Gives it back to O'Vera. O'Vera spin move driving in. Dishes out to Stockton. Stockton driving in. The layup is blocked, but we have a foul. Foul's going to be on Emma Spring. That'll be Spring's first personal foul, second team foul. And at the line for Balko will be Sawyer Stockton. Stockton hoping to break the scoring drought for the Lady Bison, which at this point has been 9.5 minutes. Correction, 10.5 minutes. First free throw is on the way and good. And Balko gets their first point of the game, 10.5 minutes into the game. Stockton with the ball now, takes a couple dribbles. Second free throw is on the way, and it is also good. 14-2 now the score favored Drummond, 5:25 to go. And maybe this is a situation similar to yesterday where Balko is lulling Drummond to sleep, and then they're going to make a roaring run in the second half. Maybe that's what's going on here. Bounce pass to Bush. Bush shot in the paint is no good, but she's fouled. Let's see who they got. Foul's on Sawyer Stockton. That'll be her. It says first. I thought she already had one. But that'll be her first personal foul. Yeah, that's her second personal foul. Third team foul. First free throw from Brindley Buchanan is no good. One more free throw forthcoming. Buchanan's second free throw is up and good. So 1 of 2 for Buchanan. The lead's now back up to 13 at 15-2. O'Vera has the ball. Passes over to France on the far side. France bringing it toward the near side. Spin move, passes over to O'Vera. We have a foul on the floor. Foul's going to be on Kate Spring. That'll be her first personal foul. 3 team fouls for the Lady Bulldogs. And Brindley Buchanan into the game replacing Spring. Balko to inbound in front of the Drummond bench. They do so in the front court to Stockton. Stockton driving in, dishes out to Sager. Sager dropped it, picked it back up over to France on the far side. Circling back around, 4:55 to go here in the first half. Crossover dribble over to Sager. Sager thought about the three, opted not to take it. Sawyer Stockton, long two-pointer, good. First field goal of the game for the Lady Bisons, now 15-4. Stockton with all 4 points for Balko. 4:43 to go here in the first half. And it's an 11-point deficit now. On the far side, Kira Mack has the ball, holding it high above her head. Crossover dribble passes to Buchanan. Buchanan holding the ball, being guarded by O'Vera. Ball's knocked into the backcourt. Picked up by Spring, now into the front court. Kira Mack has the ball, crossover dribble, driving into the paint, splits a triple team. The layup is good. Basket good for Kieran Mack. There was nothing that you could do about that. Good defense, just better offense. It's now 17-4 favor Drummond. 4:15 to go here in the first half. Olvera has the ball. Spinning passes over to Stockton. Crossover dribble passes to Sager. Now between the circles, Kendall France has it, being guarded by Buchanan, driving all the way in. Shots off the glass and good. Back-to-back baskets for Balko. Kendall France gets up, shaking her wrist a little bit. Hope she's okay. Now into the front court is Kuchazula. 3:50 to go here in the first half. 17-6 the score. Kuchazula driving all the way in. Dishes out to Spring. Spring cross-court pass now. Driving in, we have a traveling violation. It'll be a turnover and Balko basketball. Lady Bison starting to make a little bit of a move here in this game, just like they did yesterday. And wouldn't it be something if they overcame large deficits in back-to-back games? We have a timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. 3:43 to go here in the first half. Drummond 17, Balko 6. Balko Lady Bison basketball. Continue in just a moment. Casey Cowan Custom Haying services the Oklahoma and Texas Panhandles for all of your haying needs. From swathing and baling to hay sales for cattle and horses, Casey Cowan Custom Haying is the best option for your farm and ranch needs. Contact Casey Cowan at 580-628-7464 for all of your haying and hay service needs. Casey Cowan Custom Haying is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Welcome back to Leedy Gym here in Leedy, Oklahoma, where the Balko Lady Bison trailed the Drummond Lady Bulldogs by a score of 17-6. Balko did not score a point until 5.5 minutes left to go in the first half. And they've struggled offensively, but they are starting to chip away just a little bit. And I think the thing that Coach Johnson is reminding them is that there is no 15-point play in basketball. All you can do is close it down a point at a time, 2 points at a time, 3 points at a time. And that's what the Lady Bison are starting to do, much like they did yesterday. France has the ball in the front court, slipped, and we have a foul away from the ball. Ball is on Kuchazula. Foul is on Kuchazula, her first personal foul. 14 fouls for the Lady Bulldogs, and it will be Balko basketball. France to inbound in front of the Lady Bulldog bench, does so to Olvera in the backcourt. Olvera crossover dribble, passes over to France on the far side, holds the ball high above her head. Bring it now toward the near side, passes over to Olvera again. Little give and go action. Olvera has the ball now, passes to Stockton. Stockton going around Olvera. Now to France. France spin move, passes over to Stockton. Stockton thought about it for a second. She had a notion. Passes back to France, out of her reach just a little bit. Was able to recover, but not quite what she wanted. 3:08 to go here in the first half. France now driving in, dishes out to Madeline Trenum. Trenum has the ball over to Stockton. Stockton thought about it, but Kuchazula goes close quickly. Ball's knocked away, picked up by Caden Sager. Sager over to Olvera. Balko reset, 2:55 to go in the first half. Driving in, dishes back out to Caden Sager. Sager to Stockton. Stockton again had a notion. Driving in, splits the triple team. Ball picked up by Sager. Sager trapped, and we have a tie ball. Possession arrow favors Balko. Lady Bison will retain possession. 2:45 to go here in the first half. 17-6 your score favor Drummond. Drummond's offense is slowed down just a little bit, thank goodness. Long outlet on the far side to Stockton. Stockton driving in. The floater's off the back of the backboard. No good. And the Drummond student section letting her hear about it, informing her that it's supposed to hit the front side of the glass. 2:40 to go here in the first half. 17-6 your score favor Drummond. Kuchazula walks the ball across the timeline, and Kuchazula looks like she's limping just a little bit. I wonder if she didn't maybe twist an ankle or a knee or something earlier. We have a foul away from the ball, a traveling violation. It looked like, because the way he signaled was he signaled foul and then pointed, and he didn't give the signal for a violation, so I was thinking it was a foul, but it was a traveling violation. Nevertheless, it's a turnover, and it will be Balko basketball. 2:22 to go here in the first half. 17-6 your score favor Drummond. And for those of you just tuning in, believe it or not, that's an improvement. Between the circles, Caden Sager has the ball now. Carolyn Olvera has it being guarded by Kuchazula, who's been terrific on the defensive end, not allowing anything to get by her or around her. Bounce pass on the near side. Sager has the ball. Nearly traveled, did not. Bounce pass over to France. France has the ball. Crossover dribble, splits the double team, loses control. Stolen by Kuchazula, coming back the other way now. Balko back defensively. So Drummond will slow down and wait for their shot. 1:50 to go here in the first half. 17-6 your score favor Drummond. Yesterday, Balko only scored 11 points in the first half. Today, they only have 6 so far with 1:40 remaining in the half. Driving in, the shot's off the bottom of the glass, no good. Offensive rebound, also no good. Put back a third time is no good, and rebounded by Olvera. We now have a foul on the floor. Foul is going to be called on Caitlin Bush. That'll be Bush's first personal foul. 5 team fouls, and it will be Balko basketball inbounding on the baseline. Emily Trenum back in the game, replacing Sawyer Stockton. Olvera now has the ball, bringing the ball up the court. 1:25 to go here in the first half. Balko needing a couple of really solid possessions here before the end of the half. Trenum drives in, dishes over to Olvera. Olvera driving in, the floater off the glass is good. Layup good for Carolyn Olvera. It's now 17-8, and the lead down to double digits for the first time since early in the first quarter. Because remember, Drummond scored 11 points in the first 3.5 minutes of the game. A minute now exactly to go in the ball game. On the far side, Brinley Buchanan has the ball, crossover dribble, being guarded by Olvera, hands it off to Kutrazula. Kutrazula being guarded by Sager out near the timeline, passes back now to Buchanan in front of the Balko bench, and we have a foul. Foul's going to be on Olvera. That'll be her second personal foul. Oh, no, correction. The foul's going to be on, it's away from the ball, on Maylee Wirtz. Wirtz isn't even in the game. That's not correct. Yeah, I think the foul was on Olvera. Yeah, they gave that foul to Maylee Wirtz, but that's not correct because she's on the bench. Down to the block, the layup is good. Uncontested layup for Hannah Appleton. A defensive breakdown for the Lady Bison, the lead back to double digits for Drummond at 19-8. Into the front court, Trenum has the ball, loses it, stolen by Mack, driving in, crossover dribble, and shot is no good, but she's fouled. I think she was bailed out by Balko on that one because she did not have control of the ball. Foul's on Olvera, and that'll be her third personal foul. Foul's on the floor. So it will be Drummond basketball inbounding on their baseline. Over now, three-point shot wide open for Buchanan, misses everything. Rebound loose on the floor, picked up by Sager. Tie ball, possession arrow favors Drummond. Subbing into the game now for the Lady Bison will be Sawyer Stockton, replacing Olvera. Wanting to make sure she doesn't pick up a fourth foul before halftime. Drummond to inbound on their baseline, 25.3 to go here in the first half. Long outlet to Kutrazula for three, wide open shot, in and out, no good. Rebound, loose on the floor. Picked up by Appleton, turnaround jumper's no good, but she's fouled on the shot. Foul's going to be on Kendall France. That'll be France's first personal foul, 16 fouls. And at the line for Drummond will be Hannah Appleton. Appleton 2 of 2 from the line so far. First free throw is off the side of the iron and no good. One more free throw forthcoming for Appleton with 18.4 seconds left to go here in the first half. Caden Sager having a seat. Second free throw is hard off the iron. Offensive rebound. But it went out of bounds off of Buchanan. It will be Balko basketball, 16.3 to go. So Balko will likely have one possession to try and close it to single digits again before the end of the half. Sawyer Stockton into the front court, crossover dribble, driving in, bounce pass to Wirtz on the wing, back to France. France over now to Emily Trenum. Trenum driving in, shot over Appleton, no good, rebounded by Spring, coming quickly back the other way. Shot from half court at the buzzer is off the glass and no good. And that's the end of the first half of the score. Drummond 19, Balko 8. We'll have a quick word. When we come back, we will have the Casey Cowan Custom Hang halftime report live from Leedy. Balko Lady Bison basketball. I'll continue in just a moment. Watauga Cheese Factory has been producing the finest cheese in Oklahoma and Texas for over 80 years. Locally owned and operated, the folks at Watauga Cheese Factory have summer sausages, the best homemade cheddar cheeses in the region, spiced pickles, homespun honey, and their famous cheese curds. Located in Perryton, Watauga Cheese Factory also has gift baskets and offer delivery options. Visit Watauga Cheese Factory, 2018 South Main Street in Perryton, or call them at 806-648-4310. Watauga Cheese Factory is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Crossroads Express is your one-stop shop for your convenience store and gas needs, located at the intersection of Highways 412 and 83 at Bryan's Corner. Crossroads Express features specialty deli items like Louisiana meat pies, crawfish pies, boudin, as well as everyone's favorite beef and bean burritos. And the Crossroads Express gas station has your gas and diesel needs that you will need to make it a road trip. Call 580-361-2529 for your call-in orders and let the folks at Crossroads Express take care of you. Crossroads Express is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Panhandle living is hard, and with our scorching summers and frigid winters, if your heating or air isn't working, it can get even harder. Let the fine folks at Tri-State Heating and Air help you make it through the seasons in comfort. Licensed and insured for over 20 years, Bryce Sager and the folks at Tri-State Heating and Air are well equipped to handle your HVAC, air and refrigeration, and heating needs. Locally owned and operated, Tri-State Heating and Air understand the unique needs of folks in the Panhandle. Contact them at 580-525-1820 and let Tri-State Heating and Air make your home or business more comfortable. Tri-State Heating and Air is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. In this time when there's so much insecurity in the world, the one thing you need to be able to rely on is your financial situation. That's where the folks at Summit Wealth Strategies LLC come in. Located in Alva, Summit Wealth Strategies LLC specializes in tax, payroll, and financial management services designed to help folks in the Panhandle and northwestern Oklahoma handle whatever insecurities the world throws at us. Contact Van Johnson at 580-609-4880 and let him give you the financial security and peace of mind you need to make it through any situation. Summit Wealth Strategies LLC is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Casey Cowan Custom Haying services the Oklahoma and Texas Panhandles for all of your haying needs. From swathing and baling to hay sales for cattle and horses, Casey Cowan Custom Haying is the best option for your farm and ranch needs. Contact Casey Cowan at 580-628-7464 for all of your haying and hay service needs. Casey Cowan Custom Haying is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Welcome to the Casey Cowan Custom Haying Halftime Report live from Leedy Gym here in Leedy, Oklahoma, where the Balko Lady Bison trail the Drummond Lady Bulldogs by a score of 19-8 in what has become a disconcerting trend. Balko only scored 11 points in the first half yesterday. They only managed 8 today, and yet miraculously they're still in the game, only allowing 19 points. Drummond is a team that can put some points up. They don't do it a whole lot, but they are certainly capable of it. For the Lady Bulldogs, they shot, after shooting a torrid 56% in the first quarter, they cooled off quite a bit and are now only shooting 29.2% for the half. They're 2 of 6 from three-point range. They're being led by Kira Mack, who has 7 points, 5 for Sophia Kutrazula, who has been an absolute beast on both ends of the floor. Hannah Appleton with 4, Emma Spring with 2, and Brinley Buchanan with 1. They are shooting, Drummond is shooting 3 of 6 from the free throw line in the game. For Balko shooting 23.1%, so they've just about caught up to Drummond. After shooting 0% in the first half, they just about caught up to Drummond. On 3 of 13 shooting, they're 3 of 9 from two-point range. They have yet to make a three-point basket. No Watonga Cheese Factory three-pointers so far in the game. And they are 2 of 2 from the foul line. They are led by Sawyer Stockton, who has 4, Carolyn Olvera with 2, Kendall France with 2. All 3 field goals for Balko coming in the second quarter, and all coming in the second half of the second quarter, as Balko did not score for the first 10.5 minutes of the ball game. So to spot a very good team like Drummond, 10.5 minutes of play time before scoring, and to still be in the game is pretty miraculous. Now we're going to find out if Coach Johnson can work her magic one more time. Remember, they trailed after a pretty poor first half yesterday and came out unbelievably hot in about halfway through the third quarter. And remember, they went on that, I want to say it was something like a 38-10 run to really, really pull away. And they ended up, again, after only scoring 11 points in the first half and being down by as many as 8, they were able to win by 22. So if Balko can come back in the second half and have a similar result, that really would be absolutely terrific. And we know that this team is capable of it. We've seen it less than 24 hours ago, we saw it. And so we know that Balko can do it. And Balko is taking plenty of time to work on their layup drills. I guess suspecting because they did have lanes a few times, and there were a couple times where they were unable to convert for point-blank range. Balko will have the ball to start the second half. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have the start of the second half live from Levy, Oklahoma, where the Drummond Lady Bulldogs lead the Balko Lady Bison by a score of 19-8. Balko Lady Bison basketball continue in just a moment. Casey Cowan Custom Haying services the Oklahoma and Texas Panhandles for all of your haying needs. From swathing and baling to hay sales for cattle and horses, Casey Cowan Custom Haying is the best option for your farm and ranch needs. Contact Casey Cowan at 580-628-7464 for all of your haying and hay service needs. Casey Cowan Custom Haying is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Welcome back to the Casey Cowan Custom Haying halftime report live from Levy, Oklahoma, where the Balko Lady Bison trail the Drummond Lady Bulldogs by a score of 19-8 in what was an absolutely horrid first half for the Lady Bison. The second quarter ended with a bit of promise, though, as they were able to actually outscore Drummond in the second quarter, and specifically in the second half of the quarter, they outscored them 8-5 to close the gap down to 11. And I think that's the thing, is Balko's going to have to close it down 1 point at a time, 2 points at a time. They're not good, you know, no matter how much you want it to be, there is no such thing as a 14-point shot. We do want to thank our sponsors, Watauga Cheese Factory, Crossroads Express, Summit Well Strategies LLC, Tri-State Heating and Air, and Casey Cowan Custom Haying. I want to give a quick shout out to Rayanna Danley, who's listening to the broadcast, cheering for Aspen Freeman. Thank you so much for listening to the broadcast. And Frankie Gonzalez for listening to the broadcast. Wishing the Lady Bison good luck. Thank you for listening to this broadcast about the Lady Bison basketball. It will be Balko basketball to start the second half. Kendall France to inbound on the near side. And we are underway. Inbound goes to Carolyn Olvera in the backcourt, met at the timeline by Kutruzula, bringing it across in front of France, now over to Stockton. A lot of traffic on the near side. Ball's knocked away, picked up by Olvera. Pass to Trenum. Trenum driving in. The layup is off the glass and good. Nice start there. Even though it was a little bit helter-skelter, I think that kind of style of play might actually benefit Balko. So Madeline Trenum with the basket. Her first points of the game is now a 9-point lead for Drummond at 19-10. Bounce pass down to Appleton at the elbow. Jumper is good for Kira Mack. And it's 21-10, favor Drummond. 7:25 to go here in the first quarter. Coming back the other way now. Olvera driving in, shot off the glass, no good, but she's fouled. So Balko with a concerted effort to force the issue in the early going. The foul is going to be on Kutruzula. That'll be her second personal foul. First team foul of the second half, and it will be Carolyn Olvera at the line to shoot two for the Lady Bison. Olvera with 2 points so far in the game. First free throw is up, off the back iron, and in. Got the shooter's roll on that one. Another free throw forthcoming for the junior. 7:19 remaining here in the third quarter. Second free throw for Olvera is up, in and out, no good. Rebound loose on the floor. Knocked out of bounds off of Drummond. It will be Balko basketball. Balko to inbound in front of their bench. France looking to find someone, finds Olvera immediately in front of her, circling back around now. 7:15 to go here in the first half. By the way, Olvera went 1 of 2 from the line. I don't think I mentioned that. Back to France. Crossover dribble for France. Spin move in the lane. Pass back out to Olvera. Olvera thought about the jumper, opted not to take it. Back to Trenum. Over now to France. France to Freeman. Freeman back to Stockton. Stockton for 3. Bang! That's a Watauga Cheese Factory three-pointer. And the lead now down to 7 at 21-14. 6:48 to go here in the third quarter. It's a 7-point game, and Coach Johnson is alive on that bench again, just like she was yesterday. Ball knocked away off of Drummond and out of bounds. It will be Balko basketball. And we've seen this before, haven't we? Balko to inbound in front of the Lady Bulldog bench. France does so to Olvera. Into the front court. If Balko scores on this possession, watch out. Olvera into the front court now. Back to France. France with the ball. Passes out of the double team, being guarded by Stockton. Stockton over to Freeman. Freeman driving in. Down to Olvera. Dishes out to Stockton. Stockton for 3. Bang! A Watauga Cheese Factory three-pointer. Back-to-back threes, and it's a 4-point game. Timeout, Drummond. We had 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. 6:18 to go here in the third quarter. Drummond 21, Balko 17. Balko Lady Bison basketball continue in a moment. Panhandle living is hard, and with our scorching summers and frigid winters, if your heating or air isn't working, it can get even harder. Let the fine folks at Tri-State Heating and Air help you make it through the seasons in comfort. Licensed and insured for over 20 years, Bryce Sager and the folks at Tri-State Heating and Air are well equipped to handle your HVAC, air refrigeration, and heating needs. Locally owned and operated, Tri-State Heating and Air understand the unique needs of the folks in the Panhandle. Contact them at 580-525-1820 and let the folks at Tri-State Heating and Air take care of you. Tri-State Heating and Air is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. After scoring 8 points in the first half, Balko scored 13 points in the last 90 seconds. Drummond basketball inbounding now with Balko cutting the lead all the way down to 4, 21-17, 6:10 to go in the first half. Over to Mack on the far side, on the ball high overhead, now to the top of the key. Appleton has the ball, passes over now the free throw line center on the near side. Buchanan back to Kutrazula being guarded by Trenum. And this gym is more electric than it's been at any point. Crossover dribble by Mack. Has the ball, handing it off to Spring near the circle, being guarded by France. Backing up. Pass now to Appleton. Appleton holds the ball high overhead, being guarded by Freeman. Looking to get rid of it, does so to Buchanan. Buchanan about 4 feet behind the line. Passes over to Kutrazula, now down to the elbow. Spring with the ball. Now to Appleton. Appleton from 18, jumper is good. It's 23-17 to Drummond. 5:30 to go here in the third quarter. Lady Bulldogs back up by 6. Driving all the way now over to Freeman. Freeman has the ball. Ball knocked away. Saved. Loose and stolen. Coming back the other way now into the front court. Emma Spring with the layup is no good. And we have a foul. A pushing foul on... Not sure who the foul was. Oh, the foul was on Maley what? Oh, it was on Brinley Buchanan. So that's her second personal foul. Second team foul, Balko basketball. In what is a much more lively game than it's been at any point up to now. Balko and now into the front court. France has the ball now dribbling over to Stockton. Stockton for 3. Off the front iron, no good. Rebounded by Kutrazula. Drummond coming back the other way. Under 5 to go here in the third quarter. Kutrazula into the front court. Bounce over to Spring. Emma Spring now has the ball dribbling between the circles. Over on the far side, Brinley Buchanan with the ball. Holds the ball above her head. Now to a cutting Mack. Mack's reverse layup is good. Back-to-back baskets for Drummond, and the lead is now back up to 8, 25-17. And I stand corrected earlier. Balko scored 9 points, not 13. France has the ball, crossover dribble, driving in, passes over to Stockton. Stockton driving in, splits the double team, off the glass and good. Basket good for Sawyer Stockton. Stockton now at 12 points, and the lead back down to 6 now, 25-19. Balko has scored 11 points in the first half of this quarter. Emma Spring with the ball now being guarded by France near the circle. Crossover dribble goes around France, driving in around Stockton. Shots off the glass, no good. Rebound loose on the floor, picked up by Mack, and Drummond will reset halfway through the third quarter now. Drummond with a 6-point lead. Directing traffic is Kira Mack. Driving in, the shot is off the glass and good. Nice up and under move for Kira Mack. 13 points now for Mack in the lead, back up to 8, 27-19. Kate Springs set to check in for the Lady Bulldogs at the next dead ball. Crossover dribble for O'Vera, back to Sawyer Stockton for 3 off the front iron, no good. And Balko's now settling for shots. Kuchazula into the front court, Drummond with an 8-point lead and the ball. Emma Spring with the ball now. Out near the circle, passes over to Appleton to the free throw line, extended on the near side, being guarded by Freeman. Now with a 3-point shot wide open, off the front iron, no good. Rebounded by Sawyer Stockton. Ball loose on the floor, collision of Lady Bison. In the backcourt, O'Vera has the ball, crossover dribble, and they will bring it up into the front now. 3:10 to go in the quarter. O'Vera driving in, splits the double team, shot off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Appleton. And Coach Johnson imploring everyone to please be patient now. Under 3 to go in the third quarter. Drummond leading by 8. And the ball on the far side. Mack has the ball holding a high overhead. Now takes her dribble. Being guarded by Trenum. Now over on the near side, Emma Spring has the ball. Now top of the circle, between the circles. Back to Kuchazula again, backing up. And Drummond will reset the offense with 2:40 to go here in the third quarter. Crossover dribble now to Mack on the far side. Appleton now at the top of the key, being guarded by Trenum. Nice give and go. The shot is off the glass. No good. Gets her own rebound. Put back is good. Nobody guarded Emma Spring. And the lead's back to double digits now, 29-19. And all of the work that Balko just had has evaporated in the last 2 minutes. Bounce pass to Stockton on the far side. Crossover dribble, backing down Emma Spring. Into the paint, bounce pass to O'Vera. O'Vera has the ball. Shot is off the glass, no good. There's a foul on the floor. Foul will be on Sophia Kuchazula, her third personal foul, third team foul. Into the game for the Lady Bulldogs will be Kate Spring, and in for the Lady Bison will be Emily Trenum, replacing Aspen Freeman. 2:05 to go here in the third quarter. Inbound goes to Trenum. Trenum now to France, over to O'Vera, now to Madeline Trenum for 3, wide open shot, bang! So Watauga Cheese Factory 3-pointer, the third of the quarter, and it's now back down to 7, 29-22, under 2 to play here in the third quarter. And this, again, is what Balko needed to do. Chop it down a point at a time, and if they can close this quarter within 5 or so, that's exactly where they need to be. Layup is no good. We have a foul on the floor. I think it's going to be on Kendall France. It looked like France may have reached in on the shot. Correction, it'll be on Madeline Trenum. That'll be Trenum's first personal foul, first team foul. And at the line for Drummond will be Kira Mack. Mack leading the way so far with 13 points to lead all scorers. First free throw is up and good. Emma Spring and Caitlin Bush now back into the game for the Lady Bulldogs. 30-22 the score. The second free throw forthcoming for Mack is on the way. Short off the iron. Offensive rebound. Appleton gets it, and Drummond will reset. And that's way too many offensive rebounds that the Lady Bison have given up so far in this game. Mack has the ball now at the free throw line, extended pass now between the circles. Kate Spring has it. Crossover dribble being guarded by O'Vera. Goes for the steal, doesn't get it. Bounce pass to Appleton. Ball is blocked. And that'll be a foul. And that one will be on Kendall France because she's the only person in the area. So that'll be France's second personal foul. Second team foul. And Hannah Appleton will be at the line to shoot 2. First free throw is up and good. That's 9 points for Hannah Appleton. And Appleton is 5 of 6 from the line so far. Correction, she's 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Second free throw is no good. Rebounded by Stockton. 9-point lead for the Lady Bulldogs into the front court now. Back to France. France has the ball dribbling. 1:15 to go in the third quarter. Pass over to Emily Trenum. Trenum has the ball, backs it back out now. Holds the ball above her head over to O'Vera in front of the Balko bench. Spin move by O'Vera over to Emily Trenum driving in. Dishes out to France. France has a lane. She's going to take it. Pass out to Stockton. Sawyer Stockton for 3. Off the iron, no good. Rebound loose on the floor, picked up by Mack. And Drummond wanted to run the other way. 52 to go here in the third quarter. Crossover move now, 3-point shot for Emma Spring. Is in and out, no good. Rebound, loose, out of bounds, off of Mack, and it will be Balko basketball. Subbing into the game for the Lady Bulldogs will be Brinley Buchanan. 45.5 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. And Kendall France inbounds to Carolyn Olvera. Half-court press being employed by the Lady Bulldogs. Olvera breaks into the front court, is met at the timeline by Kate Spring. Olvera with the crossover dribble, backs it back out, will reset the offense. 30 seconds to go, goes around the Trenum screen. Pass is knocked away, out of bounds off of Caitlin Bush, and it will be Balko basketball inbounding on the near sideline in front of the Drummond student section. 26 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Inbound goes to Trenum. Trenum wanted to give it back to France, but France was out of bounds. Emily Trenum now with the ball, driving into the lane, splits the double team, shots off the glass, no good, hard, rebounded by the Lady Bulldogs, coming back the other way now is Spring. Spring into the front court, met by Trenum, and the Bulldog defense is back quickly. Nice pass over to Spring. Spring cross court to Caitlin Bush. Bush driving in, passes back now. Kutrazula didn't see the clock running out, and that's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Drummond 31, Balko 22. We'll take a quick break. We will come back with third quarter recap and the conclusion of this broadcast. Balko Lady Bison basketball will continue in just a moment. Panhandle living is hard, and with our scorching summers and frigid winters, if your heating or air isn't working, it can get even harder. Let the fine folks at Tri-State Heating and Air help you make it to the seasons in comfort. Licensed and insured for over 20 years, Bryce Sager and the folks at Tri-State Heating and Air are well equipped to handle your HVAC, air and refrigeration, and heating needs. Locally owned and operated, Tri-State Heating and Air understand the unique needs of folks in the Panhandle. Contact them at 580-525-1820 and let Tri-State Heating and Air make your home or business more comfortable. Tri-State Heating and Air is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Welcome back to Leedy Gym here in Leedy, Oklahoma. For your third quarter recap, Drummond leads Balko by a score of 31-22. Kira Mack leading the way with 14 points, 7 for Hannah Appleton, 5 for Sophia Kutrazula. Sawyer Stockton with 12, and Madeline Trenum with 5. Balko's shooting percentage now up to 33% for the game, which is good, except Drummond's is also at 33%. So we're now in the fourth quarter. Drummond will get the ball to start the fourth quarter. And Balko's going to have to make a sustained run at some point in this quarter, as they're down by 9 with their season on the line. Kate Spring with the ball inside the circle, being guarded by Trenum. Trenum knocks it away. Spring gets it back. Now pass over to Mack on the far side. Mack now dribbling between the circles. And Drummond content to let as much clock as possible run. Pass to Spring on the near side. Emma Spring has the ball. Driving on France, now back to the top of the key. Thought about the three-pointer, opted not to take it. Now down to the block. Passing back now over to the free throw line extended. Caitlin Bush has the ball, backing back up. Hands it off to Emma Spring, and the Drummond offense will reset. 7:22 to go here in the ball game. On the far side, Caitlin Bush has the ball. Bounce pass now down to the block. Mack has the ball. Kira Mack having herself quite a game, 14 points to lead all scorers. Spin move, hands the ball's knocked away. Loose on the floor, picked up by Sawyer Stockton and stolen. Balko coming back the other way, 7 minutes to go in the ballgame. Into the front court is Sawyer Stockton. Passes back to Olvera. Olvera over to France, and Balko will set the offense. Pass over to Trenum, over to Stockton. Stockton, cross-court pass to Olvera. Olvera doubled on the wing. Pass back now, the ball is knocked away. We have a foul on the play. Foul will be on Caitlin Bush. That'll be Bush's second personal foul. 14 fouls for the Lady Bulldogs, and it will be Balko basketball. Into the game for Drummond will be Sophia Kutrazula and Hannah Appleton. And we have an over and back violation on the inbound. Nobody guarding them, and that's just not knowing where you are on the court. And Coach Johnson's beside herself. So a turnover on an unguarded inbound, and that's stuff that'll just drive a coach nuts. Inbound goes to Emma Spring. We have a timeout on the floor. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 6:40 to go in the ballgame. Drummond 31, Balko 22. Balko Lady Bison basketball will continue in just a moment. Crossroads Express is your one-stop shop for your convenience store and gas needs, located at the intersection of highways 412 and 83 at Bryan's Corner. Crossroads Express features a wide variety of ice-cold fountain drinks, candy, snacks. It is a proud vendor of Cajun salsa and pickles, as well as Watonga cheese. And Crossroads Express gas station has your gas and diesel for your farm and off-road vehicle needs. Crossroads Express also has a gift shop featuring novelty and one-of-a-kind gifts and souvenirs. Call 580-361-2529 for your call-in orders, and let the folks at Crossroads Express take care of you. Crossroads Express is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Watauga Cheese Factory has been producing the finest cheese in Oklahoma and Texas for over 80 years. Locally owned and operated, the folks at Watauga Cheese Factory have summer sausages, the best homemade cheddar cheeses in the region, spiced pickles, and homespun honey, and their famous cheese curds. Watauga Cheese Factory is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Drummond looking to inbound, Balko employing a half-court press. Good pressure being employed by France. Pass goes over to Buchanan on the near side. Now all the way back out to the timeline. 6.5 to go in the ball game. And Drummond content to run as much clock as possible. Kuchazula being guarded closely by Olvera. Passes over now to Mack on the far side. Kira Mack holds the ball, being guarded by Trenum, driving in now on Madeline Trenum. Back now to Buchanan between the circles. Sawyer Stockton on her. Pass is deflected but picked up by Emma Spring. Spring now driving in on the lane. Backing France back down. Shot was wild and out of control. Rebound by Emily Trenum now into the front court. Carolyn Olvera driving in, and she walks with the ball. Carolyn Olvera had a wide open layup, and she tried to do too much. I think she anticipated a body that wasn't there. So another turnover, and it will be Drummond basketball. Under 6 to go. Balko's going to have to make their move right now because Drummond is not going to give up a whole lot of points. Now down a wide open Brinley Buchanan in the lane, missed the ball, didn't realize where she was. Otherwise, it would have been an open layup and 2 more points for the Bulldogs. Now back between the circles, Hannah Appleton has the ball. Driving in, elbow jumpers off the glass, no good, rebounded by Sawyer Stockton. Lady Bison wanted to run the other way. France into the front court, 5:22 to go in the ballgame. Driving in, loses control of the ball, ball's loose on the floor, picked up and stolen. Emma Spring with the ball, not coming back the other way. Checking behind her, passes over to Kira Mack. Mack has the ball, passes to Buchanan, and now back to Emma Spring. Spring between the circles, holding the ball high above her head. Bounce pass on the far side to Mack at the free throw line, extended. 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Both teams yet to score in this quarter, and that obviously favors Drummond, as they began the quarter with a 9-point lead, and it's still a 9-point lead. Crossover dribble for Buchanan. France now applying pressure over to Mack on the near side, being guarded by Trenum. 4:40 to go in the ball game. Crossover dribble, driving in on Trenum. Shot is off the glass, no good, and we have a foul. I want to say there was a reach-in foul on, I think it was on Olvera. No, they're going to say the foul was on Madeline Trenum. That's her second personal foul, third team foul, and at the line for the Lady Bulldogs will be Kira Mack. Mack, the leading scorer in this game for both teams with 14 points. First free throw is all the way off the back iron and no good. Into the game for the Lady Bulldogs is Caitlin Bush replacing Appleton. One more free throw forthcoming for Kira Mack. Second free throw is up and good. And the lead now back to double digits for the Lady Bulldogs at 10, 32-22. 4.5 to go in the ball game. Reminder that the winner of this game will play the loser between Forgan and Arnett. The loser of today's game will see their season end. Driving all the way in, Emily Trenum's layup misses everything. Rebounded by Mack, and the Lady Bulldogs coming the other way now. 4:17 to go in the ball game. Crossover dribble, and she traveled with it. She took an extra step as she was looking to pass. So a turnover for the Lady Bulldogs, and it will be Balko basketball inbounding on the near side. 4:14 to go in the ball game. Carolyn Olvera into the front court, driving in on Kuchazula, passes back to Stockton. Stockton bounce past Olvera, who's cutting, shots off the glass, no good. She gets her own rebound, will back out, and Balko will reset. 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Pass into the backcourt, and it will be an over and back violation. A turnover for the Lady Bison. Lady Bulldogs to inbound on the near sideline. Inbound goes to Caitlin Bush, being guarded by Trenum. Now back over. Kuchazula has the ball, loses it, gets it back. 3:50 to go in the ballgame. Crossover dribble being guarded by Stockton. Stockton eyeing the ball. Kuchazula in the circle. Passes over now to Brinley Buchanan on the far side. Ball's knocked away. She picks it back up. Trenum goes for the steal, doesn't get it. Driving in over to Kuchazula on the near side. Over now to Bush. Caitlin Bush holds the ball high above her head at the three-point line. Now back to Emma Spring. Spring being guarded by France. 3.5 to go in the ball game. Over on the far side now. Free throw line extended. Kira Mack has the ball, holding it, being guarded by Trenum. Now to the top of the key, Buchanan. Kutrazula now on the near side. Finds a cutting Kira Mack. Layups off the shot was blocked by Carolyn Olvera. And we have a rebound coming back the other way. Now Olvera driving in. Has the lane and she's fouled on the way up. Hit the ground hard. They're going to say that it was on the shot. Drummond foul on Kutrazula. And for Kutrazula, that's her 4th personal foul. So she's going to want to be careful the rest of the way. 3:05 to go in the ballgame. Drummond leading by 10. Not insurmountable, but it's definitely do or die time for the Lady Bison as the first free throw is on the way. Off the front of the iron and no good. Olvera has worked hard in this game, and you can tell that one, she looks a little tired on the floor, shoulders slumping just a little bit. And these end moments of the game, this is what you work all year for. Second free throw is good. We have a timeout on the floor by Balko. It'll be a full timeout. We'll take it with him. 3:05 to go in the ballgame. Drummond 32, Balko 23. Balko Lady Bison basketball continue in just a moment. In this time when there's so much insecurity in the world, the one thing you need to be able to rely on is your financial situation. That's where the folks at Summit Wealth Strategies LLC come in. Located in Alva, Summit Wealth Strategies LLC specializes in tax, payroll, and financial management services designed to help folks in the Panhandle and Northwestern Oklahoma handle whatever insecurities the world throws at us. Contact Van Johnson at 580-609-4880 and let him give you the financial security and peace of mind you need to make it through any situation. Summit Wealth Strategies LLC is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Welcome back to Leedy Gym, where the Balko Lady Bison trailed Drummond by a score of 32-23. Balko trailed by as many as 14 in this game, and then closed it to as close as 4 in the third quarter before Drummond made a run to extend it out to where we are now. In this fourth quarter, we're 5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Drummond has outscored Balko 2-1. And I don't mean they've doubled Balko. I mean Drummond has 2 and Balko has 1 in this fourth quarter. So both defenses have been pretty stellar here in this fourth quarter. Balko employing a full court press. Back now, ball's knocked away out of bounds by Olvera, and it will be Drummond basketball. Inbounding from the baseline with 3:01 to go here in the ballgame. Looking to inbound is Emma Spring. Can't find anyone. Hands it off. Ball's deflected again out of bounds. So Drummond once again to inbound. And we have a push-off foul on Drummond. It will be a turnover, Balko basketball. Foul on Kira Mack. That'll be Mack's first personal foul. 16 fouls, and it will be Balko basketball. Now inbounding on their baseline. 2:58 to go in the ball game. Inbound goes to Sawyer Stockton. Now to Olvera between the circles. Now to France. Emily Trenum has the ball now dribbling. Balko can't afford to waste much time. Three-pointer misses everything. Rebounded by Kira Mack. Coming back the other way are the Lady Bulldogs into the front court now. Mack driving in on Stockton. We have an offensive foul. Foul is on Kira Mack. That'll be her second personal foul. Mack pushed off, and so it'll be another turnover. Back-to-back turnovers. Balko needs to capitalize. Inbound. Balko does so in front of the Drummond bench. Olvera now with the ball driving in. Dishes out to France. France has the ball driving all the way in. Shot is blocked, and we have a foul on the shot. And Emma Spring very nearly caught herself a technical foul. She slammed the ball on the ground. Foul is on Emma Spring. That is her second personal foul, second team foul. And Kendall France at the line to shoot 2. First free throw is on the way and good. 3 points for France after having 21 in yesterday's game. And wouldn't it be something that she was able to catch fire here in the last 2.5 of this ball game. Second free throw for France is on the way, and we have a lane violation on Balko. Second free throw does not count. So 1 of 2, and it will be Drummond basketball. 32-24 your score. Favor Drummond. 2:34 to play in the ball game. Full court press being employed by Balko. Bounce pass goes to Kate Spring. Spring has the ball. Inbounds into the front court. Kira Mack with the ball. All the way up 2-on-1. And Drummond to run some clock. Now back to Kate Spring. Spring has the ball. Stockton closing in. Has defense. Driving in on Stockton. The shot's off the glass. And no good. Rebounded by Trenum. Trenum has the ball. Ball knocked away. And we have ball's knocked out of bounds by Drummond. It will be Balko basketball. 2:15 to go in the ball game. Olvera inbounds to Trenum on the near baseline. Trenum into the front court, crossover dribble, driving in on Caitlin Bush, has the ball, passes back to Olvera. 2:05 to go in the ballgame, loses it off her foot, picked up by Stockton. Stockton with the ball over to Trenum. Trenum thought about it, opted not to take it, now to Olvera. A little disjunct possession this time for Balko. France has the ball now back by the circle. 8-point lead for Drummond, over to Trenum. Trenum driving in. Dishes out to Emily Trenum. Trenum for three. Off the iron, no good, rebounded by Mack. Mack falls down with the ball, and we have a timeout called by Drummond. It will be, and the Balko faithful are not happy with the timeout being awarded. I think they're saying that they didn't have possession of the ball when they called timeout. Officials said yes they did, so they did. It's a full timeout. We'll go ahead and leave it here. Balko's played valiantly here in the second half, especially even since the second quarter. But Drummond is just a very, very good team. We knew this coming in. 11 of Drummond's 21 opponents have not reached 30 points in a game this year. So we knew scoring was going to be a tall order, and it has proven to be that way. So Balko's just going to have to force the issue defensively and probably force the issue offensively. They're going to have to cut down on the number of passes, just drive directly at the lane, because we've seen that Drummond is willing to commit fouls. So if they can just pressure offensively, then they shouldn't have any trouble at least getting to the free throw line. And that's getting points with the clock not running. But they've got to take care of business on the defensive end first. 1:45 to go in the ballgame. Inbound goes to Mack. Mack has the ball doubled in the backcourt. Ball is knocked away, out of bounds. Off of Olvera, it will be Drummond basketball. Ran 4 seconds off the clock. 1:41 to go in the ballgame. Looking to inbound in front of the Lady Bison bench. Long outlet into the front court. Mack has it being guarded up there by Stockton. Stockton now. And we have a foul by Emily Trenum. Not the worst call. That'll be Trenum's first personal foul, fourth team foul. So Balko's still with 2 fouls to give, and at this point, that's not a good thing. At this point, if you want a foul, you want them at the line. Outlet goes to Kuchuzula now on the near side, being guarded by Olvera. Crossover dribble being guarded by Olvera. 90 seconds left to go in the game, driving into the lane. Ball's knocked away. Kuchuzula picks it back up, and Drummond will reset. 1:25 to go in the ball game. Crossover dribble being guarded by France out there in front of the Drummond bench. Has the ball. Ball out of bounds off of Drummond, who was a Drummond player that was standing out of bounds. So it'll be a turnover and Balko basketball. But Balko's got to score in a hurry now. 1:20 to go in the ball game, down by 8. Olvera has the ball, getting a running start. Into the front court quickly, passes back to France. France now with the ball, crossover dribble, passes to Stockton. Stockton thought about it, opted not to take it. Now Trenum with the ball, knocked away and stolen. And it's going to be a wide open layup for Mack. The layup is off the glass and good. And the lead now back to 10 with a minute left to go in the game. And I think that's going to just about do it. Into the front court now. Olvera has the ball, driving in, splits the double team shot off the glass hard, no good, rebounded by the Lady Bulldogs. And we have a foul in the backcourt. And that was a frustration foul on Carolyn Olvera, and that will be Olvera's 4th personal foul. 5 team fouls, though. Drummond to inbound on the near sideline. Long outlet goes to Buchanan. Buchanan brings it across the timeline. Emma Spring now dribbling. And Olvera commits the foul, and Carolyn Olvera will foul out of the game with 46.9 seconds left to go in the game. So Olvera fouls out with 4 points, goes over to shake the coach's hand, and Caden Sager will come into the game to replace Olvera. So 16 fouls now for Balko, so Drummond will be shooting the rest of the way. Inbound is stolen by Caden Sager. Sager driving in on Kuchuzula, stops the shot, it is off the glass, and she traveled. That's one of those that Sager probably would have been better served to go ahead and go up because she would have drawn the foul that way. Inbound on the far side, now coming Mack, crossover dribble into the front court. On the far side now, back between the circles, France is coming and will commit the foul. Foul's going to be on Kendall France. It'll be France's 3rd personal foul. And Emma Spring at the line to shoot the 1-and-1 for the Lady Bulldogs. 33.1 seconds left to go in the game. So Drummond will advance to the 6th round, and they will play the loser between Forgan and Arnett on Thursday. Front end is no good. Rebound by Trenum into the front court. France has the ball. Crossover dribble, driving in, loses control, and she's fouled. So Kendall France will be at the line to shoot 2. Foul was on Brinley Buchanan, her 3rd personal foul, 9 team fouls. So Balko will be shooting double bonus the rest of the way. First free throw for France is up and good. 4 points for Kendall France, in the lead now, the deficit now at 9 at 34-25. France's second free throw is up, and another lane violation on Emily Trenum. That's the second time in back-to-back possessions that Trenum has had a lane violation on a free throw. Crossover dribble is Kutruzula, and she's fouled in the backcourt. So Sophia Kutruzula will now be at the line to shoot 1 and 1 for the Lady Bulldogs. Fouls on Sawyer Stockton. That'll be her 3rd personal foul. So Kutruzula at the line to shoot the 1 and 1. Free throw is on the way, off the side of the iron, no good. Second time in a row that Drummond has missed the front end of a 1 and 1. 20 seconds to go in the ball game now, over to Stockton. Stockton driving in, splits the double team, shots off the glass, no good. Rebound loose, and we have a foul on the floor on Sawyer Stockton. That'll be Stockton's 4th personal foul. And so Drummond to shoot 1 and 1. Emma Spring will be at the line to shoot the 1 and 1 for the Lady Bulldogs. Spring with 2 points so far in the game for Drummond. First free throw is up and good, so she will get the bonus. Subbing into the game for the Lady Bison will be Aspen Freeman and Maylee Works, replacing the seniors, Madeline Trenum and Kendall France. And the fans giving them a nice round of applause. The second free throw is good, taking the Drummond lead to 11. Stockton races into the front court with 10 seconds left to go, driving in. Layups off the glass, no good. Rebound by Drummond, ball's loose on the floor. Out of bounds off of Drummond, it will be Balko basketball with 3.5 left to go. It's been a fun season for the Lady Bison, one that we knew was going to be a challenging season coming in. And they've, in many ways, exceeded expectations as the outlet goes to Freeman near the timeline. And Stockton will have the ball, shoots a three-pointer at the buzzer that's inconsequential, and the Balko Lady Bison fall 36-25 to the Drummond Lady Bulldogs. And they'll have the trophy presentation, which we will give to you now at this time.
We'd like to congratulate the Lady Bison Balko team on a great year this year. And at this time, congratulations to the Drummond Lady Bulldogs, consolation champions of the
So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have the Crossroads Express post-game show live from Lee, where the Balko Lady Bison have seen their season end, falling to Drummond by a score of 36-25. Balko Lady Bison basketball will continue in just a moment. Crossroads Express is your one-stop shop for your convenience store and gas needs, located at the intersection of highways 412 and 83 at Bryan's Corner. Crossroads Express features specialty deli items like Louisiana meat pies, crawfish pies, boudin, as well as everyone's favorite, beef and bean burritos. And the Crossroads Express gas station has your gas and diesel needs that you will need to make it a road trip. Call 580-361-2529 for your call-in orders and let the folks at Crossroads Express take care of you. Crossroads Express is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. You're watching the Crossroads Express postgame show live from Leedy, Oklahoma, where the Balko Lady Bison have fallen to the Drummond Lady Bulldogs by a score of 36-25. A valiant effort for the Lady Bison. They just couldn't make any headway against a Drummond team that is very, very good defensively. I don't know that I've seen a team that good defensively in a very long time. There are teams that will just simply outscore you to death, that can really score a lot of points. But Drummond is going to put any of those teams in a difficult situation. They're a very good team defensively. For the Drummond Lady Bulldogs, Kira Mack led the way with 17 points, 7 for Hannah Appleton. 6 for Emma Spring, 5 for Sophia Kutrazula, and that's it. For Balko, Sawyer Stockton led the way with 12, 5 points for Madeline Trenham, 4 for Carolyn Olvera and Kendall France. And so with that, we see the Lady Bison season come to an end. Again, it was a fun season. We knew it was going to be a challenging season coming in. They had so much to rebuild from, but this young team was resilient. They did well. They finished the season with a record of 10 wins and 7 losses, falling in the 5th round of the playoff for the 2nd consecutive year. There's nothing at all to be ashamed of in their efforts this year, and we look forward to seeing what the Lady Bison are going to be doing next year. In the meantime, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to switch broadcast over to the gentlemen's broadcast for the Balko Bison versus the Goodwell Eagles, their 5th round matchup. So we will be back in just a few moments here on the Balko Bison Sports Network.